Welcome along. It's the 21st of December 2020 and welcome to my fourth winter vlog. We're on back down my local free pool that I was on for the last vlog. On arrival, I parked up. As you all know, the lake's very small. It's easy to see all of it from any point on the lake that you're fishing. And luckily, while I was waiting and watching the water, one topped out just out around about there. So immediately, that's where I put my first rod. And then my second rod is in my favourite little spot I always use, down next to the reeds here. Let's see what the day brings. It's just gone 11 AM and after a drizzly wet morning, hoping the rain's going to hold off for the rest of the day. I'm here till about 4 o'clock, so I've got 5 hours, a very short window, try and bag myself a couple of Christmas crackers. I chucked my rod about another 5 yards down the lake up into the top corner where the wind's pushing. My right hand rod. It took about 10 minutes and it's gone. So now I concentrate, get this one in. So it took less than an hour and a half. I put in the rod about another, 10 yards further out up into the top corner where the wind's blowing. It only took 10-15 minutes to grab a bite. I think you'll agree, although it's not big, it is a bit of a beaut. So to quickly get it back in and get the rod straight back out on that spot. I hope there's a few more where this one came from. So that's the first one of the day in the net. I'm more than pleased with that. Saves a blank. And now hopefully I can have a Christmas common. So later in the video, I'll show you the bait, the rig and the tackle that caught that fish. So I'm using it as a roaming rod. And like I said, I seen one this morning and I put it about 10 yards the second cast further out into that corner. And that's where the fish has come from. So I've got my bait straight back out there, put it straight back on the same spot and hope that's not my only carp of the day. So this is the winning rig. Small chocolate orange pop-up from Sonia Baits. And then a small PVA bag of pellets. Got micro pellets and 2 millers in there. And they've all been soaked in krill and smoked salmon oils. And then it's a strong coated braid. 3-ounce lead onto a lead clip, and then that's on to some safety zone leader. All finished off with a nice glug in of Pineapple Supreme goo. Well, it's out of nowhere really. It's just gone 2:30. The sun's just come out. No, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gutted about that. It felt like an alright fish. But I've quickly got my rod back out. That was in the margins where I've been putting a bit of bait in. Put a fresh PVA back on, a bit more goo on top of the bait, and then I put a bit of loose feed back out on top of it. I've got about an hour and a quarter to go. There's still time for me to nick one, but that has really upset me a lot. I've just recast my right rod and it's literally took 3 minutes. Fresh PVA bag seems to have done the trick. Carp number 2, 12 pound. 12 ounces. I think you'll agree, it's a Christmas cracker. I'm gonna get it straight back in. Welcome along. It's now the next day after I caught that carp that I finished my vlog off with yesterday. 22nd of December, and it's 1 o'clock, and I've got about 3 hours to try and winkle one out. When I arrived at the lake, there were 2 cormorant here, and I'm hoping that don't affect my fishing as it's only a small pool. It could be an advantage, could get the carp moving around a bit. But I'm starting in the same spots as I did yesterday, and before I left yesterday, I did put a bit of bait in on my marginal spot. So I'm hoping that I might get them back on there straight away today. Couldn't get up here as early as I wanted to, so a bit unfortunate I've only got 3 and a bit hours. So the recording is going to be minimal, as time is of the essence, especially today. We're in. It's only took 10 minutes. Right hand rod. Up in the top corner of the lake, where the 2 I caught yesterday came from. Don't feel very big by any means, to the point of it's under the rod tip now. I think she's ready. We've got it. Bang on £10. It's not a bad start at all. What a banger. Get it back in, straight back on the same spot. Let's see if I can't get enough. I certainly can't moan at that for a start for the middle of December. Not even off the baited spot from last night. I'm hoping there's a few more out there that are going to be willing to oblige. We ain't even been fishing for 45 minutes yet. And the right hand rod's gone again. And to be honest, I think I might be putting both rods over there. Nothing's come from the baited spot. We're down in that far end of the pool. Seems to be where they're hanging out. And to be honest with you, I was considering not coming. And the last second decided to change my mind. Again, it doesn't feel big, but anything bigger than 12, 13 pound in here is a monster, so it's just topped, kiting off to my right. It's not big at all, and it shouldn't take me too long to get it in. But I fish down here, it's a free pool, and I come down for a bend in the rod. That's not always guaranteed in the winter, but the lake's not very big, as you've seen, so I always think they can't be too far away. This one's a pretty little scaly mirror. I'll just concentrate and get her in. Let's dump the lead, which is why it's on the top. Oh, not quite there. We've got it. That's the second in the net. Here we go. Fish number 2. Pretty little mirror. Quickly get her back in. And rod straight back on the same spot once again, because they seem to be having it. Now that is one huge flock of lapwings. Just when I thought the margin rod wasn't going to produce today and it was time to move it, we've had an absolute screamer. And I've had to run down to the peg to my left before it crossed my other line. I'm now fighting it in the corner. margins. I was fishing yesterday, put over literally a handful of pellets and a handful of sweet corn. I put a bit of bait in there last night, like I said earlier in the video. And after an hour and a half, just what I was thinking, maybe I needed to stick it next to my other rod and forget about the margins today. This little chap has been obliging and took the raspberry ripple wafter. Get him back in, put it back in the margin to put another handful of corn and pellet on the top of it. 1.5 hours, 3 fish. I definitely cannot complain at that. So as you can see, I put my coat on now. It's good, it's 3:30. It's maybe 45 minutes at the most I've got left. It's getting a bit cool. To be honest, I'm not too hopeful of another bite because the temperature seems to have dropped significantly in the last 20 minutes or so. And if I don't catch another fish, I'm going to end my vlog there. So thanks very much for watching. Please check out all the other videos on my channel. And if you haven't seen any of the rest of my winter series, then get on that as well. It's 4 o'clock and I'm in. I'm literally just starting to pack up. Just took my rods off the rod rest and resting them. My other rod's down on the floor there as well. And my spool has just burst into action. What a way to finish the vlog. Look at the red in its fins and tail. Well, last knockings off the margin rod. I just took the rods off the bite alarm and the left arm rod in the margins on the raspberry ripple. This 14 3/4 common was tearing line off it. I'm more than made up with that. Just a little over 3 hours fishing, 4 carp. What a Christmas cracker. I'll see you in the next vlog.